Hi, I'm Danny, and today I'll be designing characters by spinning wheels. I love designing characters, and I especially love drawing cute girls in cute outfits. But at this point, it starts to get harder to keep thinking of new things to draw. You might be thinking, but Danny, you can always redraw an outfit you have already done before. Psst, psst, psst. No. I wanna draw more. More girly, some more outfits. Okay, so this is how we're going to do things today. Basically, I have these 3 wheels that will dictate what I have to make. The first one decides the character, the second one is for the type of outfit, and the last one gives us the theme for the design. Once we know what we'll have to work with, I will come up with a little scenario and then make a full illustration based on that. After all, we need to have a good backstory for all of these designs. All set? Well then, just sit back and enjoy the show. On to the first wheel spin. As you can see, I chose the cute penguin theme because I love penguins. That was loud. But starting off with one of the usual suspects, I see we got Princess Daisy. Her outfit will be a bunny suit and the theme is elemental. That's a pretty good start. Well then, let me set the scene. Princess Daisy, the energetic and fiery ruler of Sarasaland. It's her birthday today, and all her friends came over to celebrate with her. But just as her beloved Luigi wanted to give her her present, Tatanka shows up to kidnap them all. Luckily, Daisy was able to escape him thanks to the gigantic present from Luigi. Now our princess has to rescue all of her friends, so Luigi can still see her open his present on her birthday. But if she's going to do so on her own, she will have to make use of the many magical flower power-ups throughout her kingdom to stop Tatanka. You can see I had lots of ideas for different power-ups. I wanted them to be similar to the existing ones from the Mushroom Kingdom, but with a look that's distinctly Sarasaland. In the end, I decided to focus on the various biomes and terrains of her kingdom. And since the first and most well-known area is a desert, her power-up here will be the Sandflower. Of course, the main outfit is a bunny suit. I added this cute translucent overlay with sand crystal detailing. Put a pin in that. Next, I gave her bracelets, a necklace, a headband, earrings and a hairstyle not unlike that of her Oasis skin from Mario Kart World. To round it off, she wears asymmetrical cactus boots. On her leg above the shorter one, you can see a tattoo with her signature flower and sand detailing surrounding it. This power-up grants her the power to turn into sand and freely control it. Kind of like Sandman from Spider-Man. She can basically turn into a little sand tornado, which has a bunch of spikes poking out like a cactus. But not just that. She can also shoot these spikes in all directions, making her a real force to be reckoned with. Better not poke fun at her now. Getting back to the overlay, this is why I gave it that floaty shape with sand crystals. It's supposed to look like sand floating around her, a representation of the power-up's power. If you haven't guessed it already, her powers in this form are inspired by Pokies, with their large sand bodies with spikes. I chose her Oasis style as a basis, rather than her normal attire, because I headcanon that this is actually the outfit she wears in her home country, while her usual dress is what she wears when she's visiting the Mushroom Kingdom. So, her Oasis outfit is gonna be the base for all of her own power-ups. Who knows, maybe we'll get more of them in the future? I think her hair, crown, earrings and bracelets would mostly stay the same, except for the crystal in her crown, which would change color and shape depending on her power-up. Let's see how the rescue mission is going. Here is Princess Daisy in her elemental bunny suit, all done. That worked out really well. Let's go for our next spin and see what we get this time. Okay, Here we have Aoi Asahina from Danganronpa in a Pokemon-themed swimsuit. Wow, ironically, this is really fitting. Though some of you might not be familiar with her, so let me catch you up real quick. Aoi is a character from Danganronpa, a murder mystery visual novel about a killing game inside Hope's Peak Academy. Its students are called Ultimates, as they all possess a special skill or talent and are the very best in their respective fields. Like Daisy, Aoi is a very energetic character, but she's also very sweet and kind. She's one of my favorite characters from the first game, and as luck would have it, she is the ultimate swimmer. I highly recommend the whole series, but I'm not gonna spoil anything. Now that you've all gotten acquainted, let's dive into a second scenario. In the faraway Mirai region of the Pokemon world, the entire concept of gyms never really took off. Instead, various battle academies were established throughout the region, assembling the most talented and formidable young Pokemon trainers and furthering their skills. Similar to the ZA Royale in Pokemon Legends ZA, all students of an academy compete in a yearly tournament to determine the strongest among all of them, and the 16 students at the very top form the academy's honor class. If you want to earn the title of the academy's ultimate Pokemon trainer, you will have to defeat all 16 members of the honor class. The most notable and respected academies in Mirai are Jabberwock Academy, located on the island group of the same name, the Gifted Juvenile Academy, and of course the one Aoi is enrolled in, Hope's Peak Academy. It was the first to be established in the region and developed the model all the other academies follow. Getting back to Aoi herself, she is a member of Hope's Peak's honor class, ranked 5th overall in the academy. You might expect her to simply specialize in water-type Pokemon, but I had a different idea. See, I love when Pokemon teams are built around a theme rather than just basic types, so Aoi's team will instead be based around swimming. You can see why I thought it was very ironic how she of all people got the swimsuit right. But if it fits, it fits. Speaking of fit, the Pokemon I felt fit the swimming theme the most is Floatzel, thus I made it Aoi's ace. But what about the rest of her Pokemon? Well, to be completely honest, I wasn't quite sure about that myself. I ended up asking my boyfriend for ideas, since he knows a bit more about Pokemon, and he suggested using the Swift Swim ability. I can't tell you more about that, okay? Yeah, Pokemon are using the Swift Swim ability. This is what we came up with together. Aoi's ace is Floatzel, joined by a Pilippa for rain, Scythe-Toad, Ludicolo, a Beatrix she got from her best friend, and probably girlfriend, Sakura, and lastly, a Duckspun to show her love for donuts. Feel free to share your own ideas in the comments. Let's get into the design of Aoi's outfit. The main swimsuit is a mix of her own swimsuit and the one piece owned by Claire, the Johto gym leader. While we're at it, I also liked how Claire's cups reminded me of water wings, so I decided to give Aoi similar ones as accessories. Another thing I really like is when a trainer's design reflects their ace Pokemon. So I gave her this quote-unquote jacket inspired by Floatzel's floaty thing. The swimsuit also has a cutout over her stomach in the same water drop shape that can be found on Floatzel. I changed the shape and color of Aoi's hairpin to better reflect the round spot on Floatzel's head, and also gave her some nice makeup inspired by her ace. Lastly, I split her ponytail into 2 sections and gave them both some chunky highlights to look more like Floatzel's tail. Honeybrace had to stay, but I wanted to make it a little cuter by giving it frilly edges, which I put on her sandals as well. These are inspired by the transition between the different fur colors on Floatzel's arms and tails. As for the colors of the outfit, I mostly stayed with the reds, blues and whites already present on Aoi's original design. but added Floatzel's cream color to the one piece and sandals. Looks like she's ready to make a splash. Here is Aoi in her Pokemon swimsuit, all done. Two done, just one more to go. What is our final spin of the day going to give us? Looks like we get Princess Zelda as an android and, wouldn't you know it, another Pokemon theme. Now of course we have a lot of different versions of Princess Zelda we can choose to base this off of. But I think I have a pretty good idea for this. That said, let's see how this legend unfolds. The Triforce is the most sacred artifact in all of Hyrule. Its 3 pieces represent courage, power and of course, wisdom, with each one usually being wielded by the current incarnations of Link, Ganondorf and Princess Zelda. All 3 of them are bound by an ancient fate, endlessly reincarnating throughout Hyrule's history. But what if you simply can't afford to rely on fate alone? Zelda has grown into an old woman by now, but she knows that her kingdom will be facing a great catastrophe in the near future. She cannot let fate decide when the right time will be for the kingdom to be saved. Her citizens need to be protected while she can't be there for them. There's not a lot of time left for her, but she will take fate into her own hands. As her last act, she starts building her magnum opus. An android. Its core powered by the Triforce of Wisdom. Okay, this one might have gotten a little sad, but I thought that Zelda basically building her own reincarnation would be a really cool concept. Of course, I based the design off of my favorite version of Princess Zelda, the one from Twilight Princess. In order to incorporate the Pokemon theme, I decided to have the android features be based on Magearna. I really love the floating body and visible core. At first I wanted to put the whole Triforce into her core, but it makes so much more sense that it's only the Triforce of Wisdom in there. To make sure it's clear it's the Triforce of Wisdom though, I added the Wisdom symbol to it. The entire design is heavily based on the Twilight Princess version, but more geometrical. I also shortened the dress like Magearna's, so her feet would be visible, and it would differentiate the design even more. Do you think I should go with a more original approach with the design, or do you prefer this? Since she's supposed to protect the kingdom, she obviously needs a sword. Therefore, she can turn one of her arms into one. How handy! So don't even think about endangering her citizens, cause she is always armed. I think Zelda's story arc would be about finding her humanity. She would probably be very wise, but lack Zelda's compassion and kindness. As to how this would work in the game, I'm thinking that Link would have already probably died before Zelda. Over the last 100 years, many catastrophes have been stopped by the princess, but now the kingdom is at war. Android Zelda's lack of compassion might have caused conflicts with other kingdoms, which ended up escalating. Link's next incarnation grows up in a war-ridden world, becoming a fighter by necessity. Of course, Android Zelda knew Link would re-emerge, and she summons him to the castle. As they fight to protect Hyrule and end the war, he will have to teach her about emotions and what it means to be human. But no matter what, she will always be there for her people. Here is Princess Zelda as a Pokemon-inspired android, all done. I hope you all enjoyed watching me come up with these designs. Making them was really fun, and there's a lot more that can be done with them. Do you want to see more of Daisy's new power-ups? Would you like to meet more trainers from the Mirai region? Or are you interested in Android Zelda's journey? Let me know in the comments down below. Lastly, if you like this type of video, I have good news for you. I want to make this into its own series on my channel. So there will be many more new combinations for you to enjoy. Of course, if you have any characters, outfit types or themes you'd like to see, you can also leave a comment and I might add them to the wheel. With this video complete, I can now put another stamp on my stamp card. And here is the progress on the other ones. You can find all of my artworks on my social media linked below. Today's illustrations will join them in the coming days. If you want to watch the speed paints without any commentary, check out my YouTube Shorts or TikTok, where I'll be uploading them separately. Thanks for watching, and till next time!